Imagine you're standing in the kitchen, staring at the fridge, convinced that the leftover pizza is calling your name. You open the door and it's gone. You swear you saw it there just yesterday. Welcome to the delightful world of cognitive distortions, where your brain plays tricks on you more often than you'd like to admit. Our brains are like overconfident tour guides, leading us to the maze of life with a mix of half-truths, assumptions, and the occasional outright lie. They're masters of filling in gaps, making snap judgments, and convincing us that we're always right, even when we're spectacularly wrong. But here's the kicker. These mental misfires aren't just quirks. They're deeply rooted in our psychology. From the way we perceive ourselves to how we interpret the world around us, our brains are constantly editing reality to fit their narrative. So, if you ever wonder why you sometimes feel like a fraud, misremember events, or make decisions that defy logic, you're in good company. Let's dive into the fascinating and often hilarious ways our minds deceive us. Let's get right into it. Number 1, Impostor Syndrome. Ever felt like you're just faking it, and everyone is about to find out? That's Impostor Syndrome whispering sweet nothings of self-doubt into your ear. Despite evidence of your competence, you can't shake the feeling that you're a fraud. This phenomenon is especially prevalent among high achievers who attribute their success to luck rather than ability. It's like your brain is playing a cruel joke, convincing you that you're one misstep away from being exposed. The irony? The very people who experience imposter syndrome are often the ones who are most competent. So, the next time you doubt yourself, remember, your brain might just be gaslighting you. Number 2, false memories. Picture this. You're reminiscing with friends about that epic road trip you all took. You vividly recall the detour to that quirky diner with the world's best pie. Only problem? That diner never existed. Our brains are notorious for creating false memories, detailed recollections of events that never happened. These aren't just fuzzy details. They're entire episodes conjured from the depths of our imagination. Factors like suggestion, stress, and the passage of time can all contribute to these fabricated memories. It's a reminder that our minds are more storytellers than historians. Number 3, confirmation bias. Ever notice how you tend to favor information that supports your existing beliefs while ignoring evidence to the contrary? That's confirmation bias at work. This cognitive shortcut helps us process information efficiently, but also reinforces our preconceptions, making it harder to change our minds. It's like your brain is curating a personalized echo chamber just for you. Recognizing this bias is the first step toward more objective thinking. So, challenge your assumptions and seek out diverse perspectives. You might just learn something new. Number 4, the dunning-kruger effect. Imagine a novice cook who, after successfully boiling water, declares themselves a culinary genius. That's the dunning-kruger effect in action, a cognitive bias where people with low ability overestimate their competence. Conversely, those with high ability often underestimate their skills, assuming tasks that are easy for them are easy for others. It's a humbling reminder that self-awareness is a rare and valuable trait. So, if you ever feel like you know everything, take a step back. Your brain might be inflating your ego more than your actual expertise. Number 5, cognitive dissonance. Imagine you're a staunch advocate for healthy living, preaching the virtues of clean eating and regular exercise. Yet, here you are, indulging in a double cheeseburger and skipping your workout for the 3rd time this week. That uncomfortable knot in your stomach? That's not just a burger. It's cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological discomfort experience when your actions contradict your beliefs or values. It's like your brain's internal alarm system, alerting you that something doesn't add up. To alleviate this discomfort, your mind employs clever tactics. Rationalization: one burger won't hurt. I've been good all week. Denial: fast food isn't that bad if you don't eat it often. Behavior change: I'll start my diet tomorrow. This mental gymnastics helps restore harmony between your actions and beliefs, even if it means bending reality a bit. Number 6, availability heuristic. After watching a news report about a plane crash, you find yourself gripping the armrests a little tighter on your next flight. Despite air travel being statistically safer than driving, the vividness of the recent incident skews your perception of risk. This is the availability heuristic at play, a mental shortcut where we judge the likelihood of events based on how easily examples come to mind. The more memorable or recent the event, the more probable we believe it to be. While this heuristic can be useful for quick decision-making, it often leads to overestimating rare events and underestimating common ones. So, next time you find yourself fearing the unlikely, remember, your brain's filing system isn't always the most accurate. Number 7, illusory superiority. Ever met someone who claims to be an exceptional driver, yet their car bears the scars of multiple encounters with stationary objects? That's illusory superiority, a cognitive bias where individuals overestimate their own qualities and abilities compared to others. It's the reason why 93% of drivers believe they're better than average, a statistical impossibility. This inflated self-assessment isn't limited to driving. It extends to intelligence, work performance, and even morality. While a healthy self-esteem is beneficial, illusory superiority can hinder personal growth by blinding us to our shortcomings. Acknowledging that we might not always be the best can be the first step toward genuine improvement. Number 8, the spotlight effect. Ever walked into a room and felt like everyone's eyes were glued to you, analyzing every detail from your mismatched socks to that unfortunate coffee stain on your shirt? Welcome to the spotlight effect, where your brain convinces you that you're the star of a show no one else is watching. This cognitive bias leads us to overestimate how much others notice our actions and appearance. In reality, most people are too preoccupied with their own lives to scrutinize yours. So, while you're fretting over that minor slip-up during your presentation, chances are no one else even noticed. Understanding the spotlight effect can be liberating. It reminds us that we're not under constant surveillance and that our perceived blunders are often just that, perceived. Number 9, the anchoring bias. Imagine you're shopping for a new phone. The first one you see is priced at $1,200. The next is $800. Suddenly, $800 seems like a bargain, even if it's still over your budget. That's the anchoring bias at play. This bias occurs when we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive, the anchor, when making decisions. Marketers exploit this by presenting high initial prices to make subsequent options seem more reasonable. Being aware of anchoring can help you make more rational decisions. Before committing, take a step back and evaluate options based on their actual value, not just in comparison to the first figure you encountered. Number 10, the sunk cost fallacy. You've invested hours into a movie that's turned out to be a snooze fest, but you keep watching thinking, I've already spent so much time, I might as well finish it. This is the sunk cost fallacy in action. This fallacy leads us to continue an endeavor once we've invested time, money, or effort, even if it's no longer beneficial. It's like staying in a bad relationship because of the years you've already spent together. Recognizing this fallacy can free you from unproductive commitments. Sometimes, cutting your losses is the smartest move. Number 11, the halo effect. Imagine meeting someone with a dazzling smile and impeccable fashion sense. Before they utter a word, you already assume they're intelligent, kind, and perhaps even a gourmet chef. Welcome to the halo effect, where one positive trait overshadows all others. This cognitive bias leads us to make overall judgments about a person based on a single characteristic. It's why attractive individuals are often perceived as more competent or trustworthy, regardless of their actual abilities. The halo effect isn't limited to people. Brands, products, and even countries can benefit or suffer from this bias. A company known for innovation might be forgiven for a faulty product, while a lesser-known brand might be harshly criticized for the same flaw. Being aware of the halo effect can help us make more objective evaluations. Next time you're impressed by someone's charm, take a moment to consider the bigger picture. Number 12, the horn effect. On the flip side of the halo effect lies its evil twin, the horn effect. This bias causes us to form negative impressions of someone based on a single unfavorable trait. For instance, if a colleague is frequently late, you might also perceive them as lazy or unreliable, even if they consistently produce high-quality work. This skewed perception can lead to unfair judgments and missed opportunities for collaboration. The horn effect can also impact hiring decisions, academic evaluations, and interpersonal relationships. Recognizing this bias is crucial to ensure we're not letting one negative attribute cloud our overall judgment. Strive to assess individuals based on a comprehensive view of their actions and character, rather than letting a single flaw define them. Number 13, the just world hypothesis. Ever catch yourself thinking, they must have done something to deserve that misfortune? That's the just world hypothesis, whispering in your ear. This cognitive bias leads us to believe that the world is inherently fair and people get what they deserve. While this belief can provide comfort, it often results in victim blaming and a lack of empathy. For example, assuming someone facing financial hardship is lazy ignores systemic issues and personal circumstances. Understanding the just world hypothesis can help us foster compassion and challenge unjust assumptions. Remember, misfortune doesn't always reflect personal failings. Number 14, fundamental attribution error. Imagine you're driving and someone cuts you off. Your immediate thought, what a reckless jerk. But when you accidentally cut someone off, it's because you were distracted by your GPS or having a bad day. This discrepancy is the fundamental attribution error in action. This cognitive bias leads us to attribute others' behaviors to their character while attributing our own actions to situational factors. It's a mental shortcut that simplifies our social world, but often at the expense of accuracy and empathy. Recognizing this bias encourages us to consider external factors influencing others' behaviors, fostering understanding and reducing unnecessary conflict. Number 15, self-serving bias. Ever aced a test and thought, I'm a genius, but when you failed, it was because the questions were unfair? That's the self-serving bias at play. This bias leads us to attribute our successes to internal factors and our failures to external ones. It's a protective mechanism for our self-esteem but can hinder personal growth by preventing us from acknowledging areas needing improvement. Being aware of this bias allows for more balanced self-assessment, promoting accountability and continuous development. So, we just explored a bunch of moments when your brain basically ghosts you. From your own name to that bathroom mirror, nowhere is safe. If you've ever experienced this weirdness, share your story below. I'd love to hear about your brain's betrayal moments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos about the unexpected plot twists of our minds. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.